Good morning, John with HD Metalworks. I built this powder coating oven last year, and I haven't had time to really put the information out there for those of you that are wanting to build your own oven. So I've been wanting to do that. I have a little time now, so I'm going to do that. I'll first talk about how I came up with this design. I have a little powder coating business, or actually a sign making business, where I needed to powder coat some signs. I also powder coat other parts that I fabricate. So I wanted a place to do it. I didn't want a big place in my shop, a spray booth and an oven, so I decided to incorporate all in one. Did some research out there, couldn't find any companies that really built anything to the size that I was looking for. Saw a lot of guys on YouTube making home ovens out of oven parts and such, which worked out great for them. But for me, I needed something a little more commercialized and industrial so I can run this thing pretty much non-stop. So I came up with this design. Actually didn't copy anyone, just got pieces of information from everywhere and put this together myself. So with that being said, the oven is a spray booth in the top where you can powder coat all your parts, and then it has an oven on the bottom where you can bake everything, and I'll show you all that. It will suck air up from the top and it will pour it out. The filter comes off. I actually got this idea from a Harbor Freight powder spray booth that I have, sandblasting machine, who has the same filter. So what I did is I bought this filter here, take it out and spray it out, and you continue working. For powder coating, I went with the Eastwood Hot Coat PGS 1000 system. Works pretty good, a couple little issues, but for the most part I've done a lot of powder coating with that. The oven itself and the spray booth is 30 by 30 by 30. I made it to the size that I would need it. On the inside of the oven, I've got 2 coils in there, oven rack heaters. Just get them off of Amazon. Any particular style works. I also built inside a recirculating fan where it pulls air. I believe it pulls it from the top, and I have tubes going down the back, and it brings it back in the bottom, so it recirculates the air constantly. And then in the top, I'll take some video of it. I have racks here where these come out, and you can store your stuff and hang from here. On the control panel itself, it was all made in-house. There's basically a light switch here. Turn the lights off and on. They're LED lights. And this is a fan switch, which operates the fan up there. These switches here operate the control panel for your temperature, where you can set your time, and then there's a timer here. This here is a switch that incorporates the fan on the inside that I had spoke about. On the inside of the oven, you could see a little more clearly here, where it pulls the air in from the top. There's a fan attached to the back, and then it brings it back in the bottom. The actual interior was built out of galvanized steel. I believe I used 16 gauge, and on the outside of the oven, we used 16 gauge, just cold roll steel. I put the whole oven together basically with screws and with rivets. The walls are built out of 2x4 galvanized metal studs that you could buy at Home Depot. And then it was all insulated with wool insulation, a Rockwell R45 wool insulation. It takes the oven about 32 minutes to heat up to 400 degrees is where you powder coat at. So I always incorporate 32 minutes into the time. So if I'm powder coating black, it'll take 42 minutes to do a cycle. In my oven, I can put 8 full-size signs, or I can hang a bunch of little stuff in there, depending on the size of stuff that I'm doing. I painted it in just an industrial style paint. All the powder after it's sprayed falls in the bottom. I do recover it. I use a brush. I recover the powder and keep it, so I clean this surface every time that I powder coat, which is a lot more productive and cost efficient to do that. I think I've covered just about everything. I'm not going to go into real great details on exactly how I did everything, but if you're a fabricator and you have some general knowledge of metalworking, you can build this oven. It's pretty simple. It's very efficient, and it works very well. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to put out some more videos of other machines that I have made for our business. Thanks, and have a great day.